Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. And this is Daily Immigration Dose. That's right, streaming live right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and on X. Thank you so much for joining us. And before we head on with today's discussion, I have this very important disclaimer, and that is by watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not professional advice. Use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. So, folks, please feel free to join us in this discussion. And yes, we also have a phone number where you can join in the discussion apart from commenting on whichever platform you are watching right now. And the phone number is 425-436-6335. And the access code, when they ask for it, you need to dial in 988-888. And just speak after that, we will be able to hear you. So, yes, I am Napasa and I'm going to be joined by my co host Sam. So, without further ado, please help me welcome her. Hi, Sam.
Hi Napasa, it's so good to be here. And how are you doing?
I'm doing good today, and in fact, been a busy day. We had two webinars with two different attorneys on our very own channel, Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. Folks, please feel free to go check it out because you have some real important updates that you wouldn't want to miss. And one of them was Attorney Prashanthi Reddy, and the other was Attorney Justin Rivera from Wasden Immigration Litigation. So do go check these webinars out, and there is so much information that you will not want to miss out on. And yeah, so today's discussion, as you can already see the topic on the screen, it's going to be about Trump's inauguration. Who's in, who's out, and why. So, yes, definitely, it's a very interesting one. But before we head on to the topic, you know, we have some news updates. So, Sam, would you like to go first?
Sure, why not? I think let me start with my very first news update that I would like to address, and that is Meta announces 5% job cuts to prepare for challenges. So it's a very important news, especially for the employers or for the workers, those who are looking for the jobs. So right now, Meta, the parent company of Facebook, is laying off 5% of its workers. And CEO Mark Zuckerberg has also explained that the company will focus on getting rid of its lowest performing employees. Also, Meta wants to be prepared for a tough year ahead in 2025, which is why they are making these changes. So, about 72,000 people work at Meta, and those affected by the layoffs will be notified by February 10. So, this move follows a large number of layoffs that Meta made in 2022 and 2023. Moving ahead with my next news, that is about Beyonce delays announcement due to California wildfires. So, still, the situation is very critical and very dangerous right now, and certain situations we can find it very difficult. Also, Beyonce has decided to delay her highly anticipated announcements scheduled for January 14 due to the ongoing wildfires devastating areas around Los Angeles. She highlighted the efforts of her charity, Be Good, which has already donated $2.5 million to help families and community organizations, those who were affected by the fires. Also, she encouraged her fans to contribute to the relief efforts in any way they can. She also signed off the post with a heartfelt message that was Love Be. So, these were some of the important news updates from my end. And Nipasa, please go ahead and share some more with us.
I would like to say that yes, I mean not just Beyonce, but there are so many celebrities out there who are, appealing that you folks out there, whoever can help out people who are suffering in the California wildfires. And yes, I think whoever has some extra, do whatever you can, and it'll be of great help. So, talking about the wildfires, yes, we also have arson and looting arrests. That is right. LA police arrest three suspects, for arson amid raging fires, and three individuals were arrested for starting small fires outside disaster zones, with even evidence captured on video, according to District Attorney Nathan Hockman. And looting spikes in fire zones as well. Nine charged in California blaze aftermath. and aftermath, sorry, and 9 people have been arrested for looting in the wake of devastating California fires, adding to the challenges for authorities and even the residents out there. And wildfires, not entirely natural. So new evidence suggests that there are human involvement in this. So a video showing a man intentionally setting fires raised questions about the origin of the California wildfires, suggesting some may have been deliberately causing it also. And apart from that, we have Olympic swimmers' harrowing escape from wildfires. Yes, Gary Hall Jr. loses his Olympic medals in California fire, which is really sad. And yes, the former Team USA swimmer fled his Pacific Palisades, home from which, he could only get his essentials, leaving behind his 10 Olympic medals and even his sentimental belongings. And Gary Hall Jr. recounts fleeing the flame with his dog and his life-saving insulin, while sacrificing personal treasures to escape safely. And apart from that, the Olympian also describes the harrowing moment he abandoned his home as the California wildfire rapidly closed in, leaving him with very little time to act. And we also have Putin, on the other hand, his offers and geopolitical tensions. Well, Putin offers Californians refuge amid fires and also sparks global debate. Yes, Russians. Ch- Kherson governor invites displaced Californians to temporarily stay, but imposes conditions based on their stance on Ukraine, fueling geopolitical discussions. And apart from that, Maria Zakharova calls out U.S. hypocrisy amid California wildfires, and the offer from Russia follows criticism by Putin and Maria Zakharova, highlighting U.S. policies while extending conditional aid to fire victims. And apart from that, Trump Putin meeting likely amid California crisis, and yes, as fire rage in California, speculation grows about a potential meeting between Russian President Putin and incoming US President Donald Trump. Well, these were some of the updates, but apart from this, we also have President Joe Biden's farewell address. So, President Joe Biden will address today evening, marking his final formal speech as the 46th president of the United States, just days before Donald Trump's inauguration. And you can even go watch President Biden's farewell speech before leaving office, and it's going to be live on major networks. Definitely tune in to hear his reflection on his presidency and even parting message to Americans. And apart from that, of course, this outgoing president is expected to discuss his administration's achievements, challenges, and hopes for, the future, even after his farewell speech. So let's look out for that. And yeah, those were a few news updates from my end. And talking about, you know, uh, the inauguration, just days before Donald Trump's inauguration, I think we have some updates that Sam would want to share. So Sam, would you like to talk about the inauguration that's coming up?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you so much, Napasa, for letting us know about this very important update. And yeah, I think if we talk about today's topic, then it's going to be a very casual discussion that we are going to share with our viewers. And behind it, it's a very important motive that everyone should understand. And today we are going to discuss that who all are that are invited in Trump's inauguration, or also who are not invited, and what can be the reason behind their invitation or not invitation. So I think it will be lots of like informative session it's going to be. And with that, I would like to start with my very first session about like what's going to happen during the inauguration day. So it's going to happen on January 2025, and the day is going to start with church service at St. John's Church, that's in Washington, D.C. And after that, Trump will go to the White House for tea with his family and important guests. So I think this is a very good way, to start. And it's also in very different cultures that how you're going to start the inauguration thing, and I think that's how Trump is also going to be. And at 9:30 a.m., the main events will begin at the US Capitol. Both Trump and JD Vance will take their oaths in the office. And then Trump will then give a speech and about his plan for the next 4 years. And after swearing in, Trump will sign the documents to officially start his presidency. Basically, how the official oath ceremony goes on. That's how it will be. And after that, there will be a lunch that will be hosted by the Congress and followed by a parade down Pennsylvania Avenue to celebrate Trump and Vance with people cheering along the way. So it's going to be a very grand celebration for everyone, those who not only just supported Trump, but also those who want to see the upcoming president in 2025. So it's going to be a very grand celebration with everyone who will be attending, and there will be lots of guests. There will be lots of celebrities also who will be joining the inauguration ceremony. With also opera singers will be there. Then there will be different singers also, those who are very famous, like Carrie Underwood, Lee Greenwood, and the Village People will also perform, and that's going to be a great one. Along with other stars like Kid Rock and Billy Ray Cyrus, also there will be so many people to celebrate the new administration. So I think everyone is starting in a very positive note, in a very happy note that Trump is going to join the office soon, and I hope that
Absolutely.
everyone is happy, and people are waiting a lot and they are very much eager to see what Trump brings new to the US, and not just to US but overall everyone, to every country. So that's a pretty
Absolutely. I mean,
yeah,
it's a great thing, right? We all have been so eagerly waiting. First of all, we were very anxious what's going to happen, but then we all voted together and see how we made Trump win. And wow, he's joining office as the 47th president of the United States. Just 5 days from now, it's going to be
right.
crazy amazing, and it is a celebration in itself. Why not? So I'm sure everybody is looking forward for it, and what a better way to start than with prayers, right, in St. John's Church. So I
Mhm.
think we'll all pray that we have a wonderful 2025, and also the whole of Trump 2.0, which is for the next 4 years. So we are all looking forward, and it's seriously
Absolutely.
very exciting for sure. Sam.
And I think even more exciting, after praying, after having a lunch, after having a tea with family, I think it's more celebrating, like you're having this celebrities also who will be joining, then also the singers who will be singing songs, there will be concerts. So I think it's more like a event, more like a party, rather than just a political meeting. It's more like people are eager to have this ceremony or also to get invitation, and I think they everyone is ready, everyone is excited for the 20th January, and they all might be waiting eagerly, what's going to happen on that day, how the celebration is going to look like. So yeah, I think
Yes.
that's how the pretty gist that I wanted to share with our viewers. And Napasa, why don't you go ahead and share some other news also, like who will be the guest who will be joining us in the celebration.
Well, for sure that I will. And yes, even with President Joe Biden's, farewell speech that's coming up, it's also another very important update. But yes, with Trump coming in and the inauguration coming very, very soon, I think what better way? So let's see who's going to be in, who's out, and why. So, and to start off, well, let me just tell you. So we have world leaders who are invited. So we'll start off with that. And who are invited? First off is um, Giorgia Meloni, Italy's prime minister, and yes, that is right. Relationship with Trump and the U.S. Well, Meloni is a conservative leader, and she also supports Trump's policies. Italy and the U.S. have always had strong ties, and Meloni aims to strengthen them further for sure. And why is she attending? She supports Trump's views on issues like immigration and also plans to attend the inauguration, well, which shows that Italy's commitment to working closely with the US for sure. And yeah, yes,
I think Italy also has a good relation with Indian as well, right? India also, because
yes.
I think last year also we have seen Prime Minister and Melanie. They had a pretty good relationship together. So it's very evident that Italy and India, they also have a very progressive relation, and I think with that also Georgia, uh, Melanie, who is going to who's going to attend the inauguration ceremony, is also trying to have a better relationship with US and to work together to grow the economy. I think that's what also the reason, behind why the world leaders are also trying to attend the inauguration ceremony because
Yes, yes.
I think for Trump, it's a big celebration. It's a big like event. But I think for other leaders who are going to join, for them, it's a pretty strategic kind of thing also because now they have to be more cautious. They have to be more concerned about like what next step Trump would take if they are not having a good relationship. So I think
Mhm.
there's another thing. What do you think, Nepalsa? Do world leaders also have this thing in their back of their mind?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, US is a very, very important country, and we all, I mean, so many. I mean, imagine like the whole world was looking forward to the US elections, right? No matter which corner of the world you were in. But it's not like that for all the other countries. Sometimes we don't even know which country is having elections and why or why not. Or, that did not matter so much as the US elections. And see, like everybody is looking forward because why? They know that US is a powerful nation, and it is a very, very economically stable nation, politically also very, very stable, and it is a country who has been very, very welcoming to all sorts of
Right.
immigrants who are working there, living there for generations even. So yes, we have all been looking forward for this, and it is happening. And why not? I mean, world leaders would definitely want to be a part of it because as they hear, Trump's plans ahead, or they are going to be a part of this celebration that he is actually joining office, and they're going to be there to wish him the best, to be there that they are celebrating his win, and also to wish him luck for all the years that are coming ahead.
Absolutely. And with that, I think of our first leader that we wanted to address was Giorgia Meloni, the Prime Minister of Italy. And also moving ahead, there's also another very famous world leader, and he's the one who actually rejected the invitation, and instead of him, he is going to send some other. Maybe assistant or maybe some other person in place of him, and he is Xi Jinping, China's president. So actually, he also got the invitation to have Trump's inauguration, but somehow we don't know due to maybe some other reason, but he rejected this idea and he is not going to be a part of this. And Trump and Z had already a rocky relationship, and during Trump's first term, if we look back to his first term, and also, despite this, Trump invited Z as a part of his efforts to keep dialogue open with China. But Xi Jinping will send a very high level envoy, and instead of attending himself, he is reflecting the tense but ongoing relationship between the two nations. We can see a quite struggling, not very much friendly. And it also depends upon their country's relationship, what they are looking forward to it. So, Nipasa, do you think that till now, whatsoever the relationship has been with China and USA, that wasn't very hostile, that was okay, but still now, if the president, of China, if he has, said that he's not going to attend Trump's inauguration ceremony, and I think that's one of the biggest ceremony, that any president could have. So, do you think now China or USA they may have some rivalries, or they may have some
I don't know
different?
about rivalries, but words are already out there that Trump is going to raise the tariffs, not just for China, but also for Canada. And it's, said it out loud. He has already said it out loud that it is going to happen. So maybe there are reasons that the president of China is also a little upset, or maybe he really has a busy schedule that that is falling on the same day as the inauguration, that is the 20th of January this year.
Yeah, that may be, but we don't know exactly what's the reason, and also
Exactly.
if we look into the ideologies of Trump and Xi Jinping, then I think there's a huge difference because in China it's a dictatorship, and in the USA, he's a Republican, Trump. So
Yes.
there's a huge difference between the agendas of both the presidents. We can see a difference of opinion a lot. And I think that's why maybe the president of China is not very much aligning with the ideas of Trump, or maybe we don't know whether he's happy or whether he's not. So, but I think in the upcoming year, we hope that everything goes well, and also we can see a good relationship with China and US in the future, because both are very developing country, both are very growing countries. And with that, yeah, I think we should go ahead and understand the further reasons also with the third leader. So, Nipasa, please go ahead and why don't you say the third leader who is going to join Trump's inauguration ceremony?
For sure, Sam, and that would be I would like to talk about. Sorry.
Hmm.
So I would like to talk about Viktor Orban, who is Hungary's prime minister, and yes, this is another very important one. And I think one of the reasons is that he's one of Trump's closest European allies, right? And
Yeah.
he really shares Trump's stance on conservative values and immigration as well. And they have been discussing on how, of course, the discussions are going on how his attendance reflects Europe's populist wave. So these are things to keep in mind. And when you talk about conservative values, I think, yes, Italy is one of them, and Melanie is joining in. And we also have Victor Orban, also who's going to join in. And uh, if you talk about the relationship, and they have been very close allies, apart from, even India, who you have been speaking about. We will come to that for sure. But yes, Victor Orban is another very, very important and a world leader who's going to be attending this inauguration for Trump.
Absolutely. And Viktor Orban is the Prime Minister of Hungary. And I think if we talk about the relationship of Viktor Orban and Trump, then they have closest, European allies till now we have seen. And most of the
Yeah,
hard right views, they have a similar thoughts on that, and also on immigration and nationalism. I think they
yeah,
have a pretty much similar opinion, right?
yeah.
And
Shared ideas, ideologies. Very,
right.
very. I mean, they support each other. You can say they think similar.
Absolutely, and that's why it's very evident that that's why the reason that Viktor Orban is joining or is attending Trump's inauguration and being a part of this very happy moment. So I think she will be so happy because what else can be good than this? That if your friend or if the person whom you're so close is going to rule the whole nation. So I think that's one of the biggest happiness that she might be having right now. And also, with Hungary's relationship, automatically it's very evident that it's a good relationship. And maybe in 2025 also we can see a better response towards Hungary and US relation. So also why she's attending, I think we all understood that Orban's likely attendance show continued support for Trump's policies and their strong political relationship as well. And that's why they are having this session together, and it's going to be a good one. So I think next we should go ahead and understand the other reason that why Javier Milei, who is the Argentina's president, is going to attend Trump's inauguration. So if we talk about Javier Milei, then Milei is a far right leader who aligns with Trump's economic views, and also Argentina and the US have been strengthening ties, especially on trade and government reform. And if we look into the reason, then I think Millet will attend personally, breaking tradition, to show some strong support for Trump and closer US Argentina relations. So, till now, we understood that maybe Argentina and US is not having a very good relationship, but now I think in 2025 I think it's going to be breaking the ice session. So that's why Javier Milei, the Argentina's president, is going to take a step forward and be a little initiative in having a good relation between the Argentina and US. So what do you think, Nepalsa? I mean, is it going to be a good one, or will Trump will still have his agenda in a very firm way?
Well, this it's really very early to say, but then yes, Trump is definitely going to think about America first. He's going to see how is it going to benefit America, and I'm sure that he has made these invitations only thinking about that. So yes, Javier Milei is also going to be attending this, right? Far right leader, and personally, I think it's going to signify strong U.S. Argentinian relationships. So yes, I think when you talk about economic views as well, I'm sure that his thoughts also align with Trump's thoughts. And I think this is something we can all look forward to. And that is why he was invited too. So he is attending.
Absolutely. And with that, I think, friends, it would be great if you could also join us on the given number that is 425-4366335 with the access code that is 98888. That's 5 times 8. So I think it would be great if you could also join us and let us know what do you think behind the reason that why these world leaders are joining Trump's inauguration ceremony, or anything about not specifically about today's topic, but anything that you would like to share with us on this platform. Feel free, you can also join us on this call, or you can also share your comments on the comment section, and we will definitely take them up. So I think with that, also another point, Napasa, that I would like to know it from you, because till now, according to my research, I haven't seen any news regarding Canada's attending Trump's inauguration session. So, I think, have you find anything like that? Anything, any update regarding Canada's invitation?
I think that's more because Trudeau just resigned and we really do not have anybody elected as yet, and they are preparing for elections. There's a lot of tension going on, as in, like, who's going to take up Trudeau's place. And yes, so much is happening, and I think they are preparing. But you never know. There could be some other world leaders from Canada also who would want to attend this, and I think we'll just have
Maybe.
to.
Yeah, but right now I think we haven't got any update regarding that. But
No, we
still,
haven't.
we can see, as Canada being the neighboring country of US, and it's so hard to accept that you have invited every like corners of the world, so many different president, prime minister, to attend this ceremony, and still your neighboring country, the closest country territorially, has not invited, or maybe we don't know whether the invitation is there or whether someone is coming, but till
Yes,
now
I
hasn't
mean,
there hasn't
yeah,
been some news, right?
yes.
So I think
Though we have Poilievre, who is, like, making, like, taking a stand that he is going to be up, and the next prime minister of Canada, but
maybe, yeah.
we don't really know. We don't have one yet, and elections are going to happen soon. So I'm sure the situation out there in Canada is also a little unstable, when, especially with regard to the sudden quits, that Trudeau has called.
Absolutely. And I think there's a very anxiousness that's happening in Canada right now, and that's what everyone is aware of, and that's what Trump is also aware of. As Trump is, he stated this that Canada is the 51st state and Trudeau is the governor. So it's something like very obvious that it's hard to accept, and especially for the Canadians. So I think there's some kind of like hostility between these two nations. And as Trump being Trump, he's very bold, he's very upfront towards his statements, and he never have a second thought, before saying anything, before putting up any statement. And I think that maybe Canada doesn't like. That's why also they also didn't ask for the Trump's inauguration ceremony, and maybe Trump, maybe we don't know, but he also didn't want any Canada people to attend this very big day. But we can't say anything until and unless anything is updated on the news. It's just our personal opinion that we are sharing right now. And with that, I think, Nepasa, we should move ahead with our next world leader that has been invited. So why don't you go ahead and please share with our viewers?
Sure, I will. But I think we should also take up the comments that we have two friends, viewers who have joined us on YouTube. So I'll take the first one. This is Sujal. Sujal says Trump is breaking tradition by inviting foreign presidents and prime ministers, which is not usually the case for US oath taking ceremonies. and that is very true. I think it's more like kind of like what used to happen earlier, when the kings invited all the dignitaries from different countries to see what they have way forward. And this reminds me of many such ceremonies that happened earlier. Definitely breaking traditions, but see how important he's making this inauguration ceremony, and not just for himself, not just for America, but for the whole world by inviting all these guests. Isn't it like the whole point that yes, he is important and this ceremony is important, and he's making it a point that world leaders who are also very important from different countries can be a part of this. So yes, I'm sure it's not just to go celebrate, but they could have sessions on discussions. So we'll just have to wait and watch what we will hear, when this happens. And yeah, next, Sujal says. Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong un, who have reportedly not received invitations. Okay, that is very interesting. Of course, Sujal, thank you so much for participating. Why don't you join us? It'll be really nice to have you join us on this conversation, actually. I mean, not just to talk about the topic, but we would like to know you, where you're from, and we really appreciate you commenting and joining us. So you can dial this number also and join us in conversation. The number is 425-436-6335, and the access code when they ask for it is 988-888. And yeah, we'll be here to hear from you.
Absolutely. And with that, Nepal, I would also like to say something on Sujal's comments. So,
Yeah.
Sujal was actually saying for the first comment, that she posted, and that was about, yeah, many people are getting invitation from all over the world, and that hasn't been usually the case. We have seen. But I think this is something a very smart move, that Trump is trying to have, and I think it's not
Yeah.
just a ceremony, but it's also like having a good relationship between different nations and different countries.
Yes.
So I think, and that's how you can move upward to with your nation, because it's not very much obvious that you keep on focusing on your nation, you keep on focusing on your people, and with that only you can grow. Because unity is something that we can't say that to anyone, and unity is one of the biggest thing, and with that relationship also to have with different nations is very important nowadays, because we have been seeing what's happening with the Russia Ukraine war, Israel Gaza. So there's so much that's happening around the world, and to calm everything down, I think it's very important to invite every leader. And I think, this is something that should happen every 3 to 4 years, so that this should increase the relation, this should increase the friendship between the nations, and this will make peace, and this will make a globe, a very peaceful and calm globe. And with that, also Sujal's second comment, that is, yeah, that Putin and North Korean president that hasn't been reportedly invited. So that's what I think we talked right now about also Canada, and yeah, I think we talked about Canada. So there are certain leaders, that may be not invited, but there can be several reasons behind it, because already Putin and Trump, they both are very strong. So we don't know, it's not possible for both of them, to have a very friendly relation. They may have, but right now we haven't seen anything yet. And also with the North Korea president, he's also a very firm dictator. So we haven't seen also Kim Jong mostly to have any friendly relation with any other nation. So I think, yeah, I think that can be the reason. And with that, Napasa, please go ahead and share some other comments also that we have received from our viewers.
Sure. Madhuri has commented as well. Hi, Madhuri. Thank you so much for joining us. And Madhuri says, Google and Microsoft have donated 1 million each to Donald Trump's inauguration fund. Wow. Following in the footsteps of other major companies including Amazon, Meta, OpenAI, and Uber. So, yes, this is a great thing. I'm sure this inauguration fund is going to be used for a real cause. And now with California fires, I'm sure a part of it is also going to go there. So, Thank you so much, Madhuri, for the update. And please join us if you can. It'll be really nice to have you. So, anything you want to add or say, Sam, on Madhuri's comment?
Yeah, I think that's very well pointed, Madhuri, and we are about to talk on this topic as well. We are going to talk about the world leaders, the tech giants, those who are invited in Trump's inauguration. So we will also talk upon it. And yeah, I think it's a very important point that she mentioned about the stats. You know that Google and Microsoft, they have donated 1 million each to Donald Trump's president inauguration fund. So that's a big thing, and I hope that leads to a good cause. And absolutely, as wildfires in LA, that's a very destructive and that's a very disturbing news that we have been looking for. So we hope that this money, this fund, is going to be used for that good cause. And I think with that, thank you so much, everyone. You know, Sujal and Madhuri, it would be great if you could join us on call, and we would be looking forward to it. But no problem. Let's move ahead with our next world leader that we would like to
Yeah.
talk upon. And as we already talked about a lot of leaders, so here is Nayib Bukele, who is the president of El Salvador. So if we talk about him, then I think Nayib Bukele has been a key ally of Trump in Central America. And, you know, El Salvador and US ties have improved a lot, especially
Mhm.
on security and immigration matters, because they both have similar ideologies and similar thinking in terms of immigration. And also, Bukele's presence has shown that he's a very strong uh, leader, you know, and he has a very strong relationship with Trump, and he's a very good supporter of Trump for his immigration reasons. So
Mhm.
here also we have seen that Trump has also invited the other leader who is very close to him, and that's a very good thing. So yeah, I think with El Salvador also there's a good relationship that we are going to see in future, and till now also we have seen, and maybe there will be a more development, maybe there will be more growth, more education, a betterment basically of that nation. So yeah, I think with that, Nepasa, why don't you go ahead and share some more details, or maybe some other leader that you would like to say?
Sure, sure thing. And I think I would like to talk about India. You know, we have S. J. Shankar, who is India's External Affairs Minister, who is also invited, and uh, I think Shaw going to attend as well. So this symbolizes, you know, the growing U.S.-India partnership with regard to trade and even defense, for that matter. So yes, how Jay Shankar's attendance reflects India's commitment to closer ties is very, very relevant as well. And we can only look forward to, you know, better relationships, I think, India and US, and hopefully, you know, even with regard to tech or wherever people from India want to go work as well. So let's see. And I think, yes, SJ Shankar is another world leader who is invited for this
Absolutely.
inauguration. Yeah.
India's external affairs minister, and he has been invited, so it's a big thing. And absolutely, I think we all know that US and India, they have a good relationship together, and even now also attending Trump's inauguration is going to be like strong, being I mean having a better relationship. And also, India sees, you know, Trump as a key ally in the region, and Jaishankar's presence also shows India's support for Trump's vision of closer US-India ties. So that's a very pretty like good news, a very positive news that we are seeing, and we hope that everything is good for US and India in the upcoming year, and India do benefit with this relation and with this tie. And also, Nepasi, you know, here's another a very interesting thing that I would like to point out, and that's about tech leaders attending.
Yes. Yes.
So
Let's
it's
go.
been like it's been like the very first time, you know, that all the entrepreneurs, all these successful entrepreneurs, the tech giants, they are
I
going to
think.
be together. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this really proves, you know, Trump's vision where he sees like, you know, he's not wasting any time. Do you see how fast he's working? I mean, before he even hit office, he has already planned everything, sorted everything, and invited these invitees for some good reason, right? He just did not
Correct.
send out invites to each and everyone, but he has big plans, I'm sure. And yes, let's hear out which tech leaders are invited. Sam, go ahead.
Absolutely. So I think firstly, I would like to talk about, firstly, let me give the names like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg. So these three are the most important tech leaders, those who have been invited. And I think if we talk about the relationship between these three, then we have already come across with lots of different news, lots of different updates that we have been seeing in the US news right now. And these tech giants, are attending to maintain their connections with Trump administration. And it's also very important for these leaders, not only just to have a good relation, but also to have this thinking, to have this ideologies, how to grow India, how to grow US economically through technical departments. And Musk, if we talk about Musk, then he's a big supporter of Trump, and he's going to be a big supporter of Trump, as we have seen here till now, and maybe in the future, hope so. And also Jeff Bezos and Zuckerberg, they have had occasional disagreements with his policies, but most of the time we have seen that they have been aligning together and coming up to a same point. So something, it's like a good relation, good connection between among these four candidates, and also their attendance, underscores the importance of their companies in shaping US policies on technology, business, and innovation. So we have been understanding these things, that if these three tech giant leaders, if they are attending Trump's inauguration, then I think US is going to see more developments in the technology things, and more, there will be more development in technical departments, and there will be a good amount of economy. So, what do you think, Nepasa? What can we see in the upcoming year with these relationship that Trump is building in this very new year?
I think what we can think of, first things first, is why is their attendance? Why does it matter? Their attendance. Why does it matter? And I think one of the main reasons would be maintaining influence over U.S. tech policy, right?
Yeah,
And we talk about US and technology. I think they are like superpowers in that note too, because they're very advanced. Anything, any launch of any gadget, anything, it's always US first, right? So we
right.
all look forward, we all follow, tech wise also, we really follow US news, we see what is coming up, and the world follows. I mean, not just people of America, but the whole world follows, because it's first launched in the US and only then in the other countries.
True.
So yes, and apart from that, yeah, another thing is Musk's vocal support, Elon Musk's vocal support for Trump, and Trump versus Bezos and Zuckerberg's complex relationship. Of course, they have had in the past, but I think yes, these are some of the things that are to be kept in mind. That they are going to try to make the relationship better, try to maintain this influence over the tech industry, because yeah, and also the intersection of politics and big tech under Trump's administration, because I think that is what we are looking forward for, not just in the IT industry, but also in the healthcare industry, and AI for that matter. It's coming up and it is being embraced in every field of work, even healthcare. We hear so much news coming up, right? So I think
Right.
there's a lot of advancements that is going to take place, and yes, we just have to keep watching and see how much more US is going to grow in Trump 2.0.
And I think, Nepasa, as Trump is also a businessman, and these three people are also a businessman. So I think there's some kind of niche that they all have common together, and that's why also they all have this similar ideologies, because they know, like right now in today's century, IT is like a backbone of any nation, and without IT, I think no nation or nobody, is going to survive, is going to have development. And the most developed country means the IT is the best of that country. And that's what I think Trump is very well aware of, and that's why, he is more into having a pretty good relationship with Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and also Mark Zuckerberg, who are like
Yes,
brilliant in
yes.
their work.
For sure, for sure. Very well said, very well put. And talk about, like how you said, nobody is surviving without tech nowadays. The biggest proof is the phones, and how we always, bury our heads into it all the time. And whether we
Right.
are working, playing, connecting, anything and
Everything.
everything, even a torchlight for that matter, or the calendar for that matter, everything is in this form. And technology itself is so dynamic and changing all the time. What was in probably a year back is a little outdated this year. So it is something that always needs development, always new ideas are accepted and seen how it's going to benefit and work in the market. And I'm sure this is what Trump is planning too. He still wants to be up there, and he is going to see that he is going to have a good relationship with all the tech minds, tech leaders out there. So yes, that's
And I
that's
think
that.
that's very good. And I think that's going to be a very productive, that's going to be
Yes,
very developing, growth that we might
100%.
see in US. Yeah. So I think there's a lots of positiveness that we have been seeing, and also a very different approach of Trump. Also, before he is coming to the office, till now only we have got so much content, we have got so much news regarding him, and we don't know what's going to happen when he comes to the office. But we all are very excited. We all are very much. Some people are also anxious, some people are concerned, and some are very excited. So let's hope for the best and let's see what happens. And I think with that, also, now I think we should talk. I think we have already covered who all are attending Trump's inauguration. And now also we should talk who all are not attending Trump's inauguration. So I think there's a former US President, Barack Obama's wife, Michelle Obama. She will not be attending this inauguration. So we are not very much confirmed with the news that why she is not attending, because she hasn't put up any statement regarding it, and we don't know exactly what's the reason behind it. But it's a little strange because Barack Obama himself, he is attending the inauguration ceremony, but Michelle Obama is not attending. So I mean, anything can be predictable, but this is something we can't understand. But what do you think, Napasa? I mean, what can be the reason? I know it's a very different question, but still, as we are free to
We
share
don't
our.
know. We don't know at all. It could be personal. It could be political. It could be anything. It could just be that, her husband is attending, and maybe she needs things to be taken care of in his absence. So maybe that too, or maybe something more personal. Yeah, really can't say. But
Absolutely.
the good thing is, yeah. But the good thing is, Barack Obama himself is going to be attending it, and we also have other. Yes, go on, please, Sam. Go on.
Yeah, and the other presidents also, the former president, and I think Joe Biden is also going to attend. So
Yeah.
I think this was pretty surprising for me. I don't know whether it was surprising for you, Nipasa, or not. Were you surprised like Joe Biden is also going to attend Trump's inauguration?
Well, a little bit, yes, but then I was expecting because,
Oh.
I mean, I mean, mixed emotions for sure, but yes, pretty surprising as well. Because what happens is when one goes forward, the other is moving
Right.
backward, and but then yes, they are to meet, right? And somehow it's so nice that they are putting aside all these games and everything that they had, a little earlier, sometime during the election. But
Mhm.
it's so nice. It's really, how to say, they're like they're such a sport, right? Both Trump and Joe Biden, to be like, hey, yes, you have won, and I support you, and hey, you did a good job. Bye bye for now, kind of thing. So I think this really gives me, the sportsmanship spirit, where they are accepting who lost and who won, and shaking hands, even after the game, right? This just gives me that kind of a picture.
And that happened. I think I don't remember exactly the news, but we found, after Trump's winning, Joe Biden and Trump, they went together someday, and there was a picture that they both were shaking hands and they came together. And I think we also had a show regarding that now they are planning to work together, or they came together in something. There was some news, so I think we have already seen, that they have been working together, and for the nation's sake, they have been being together, and there's nothing that can be against it. So I think it's a very good thing, to see both the presidents, and doesn't matter. It's a very sportsmanship spirit that they have, and that's how it will be, because it's not possible every year that the same president will go on. It's just winning and losing thing, but it's more important that they are together, and it's a good event, So it's a very positive thing that we are going to see in 2025. And yeah, I think W. Bush and Bill Clinton will also be there, who will be attending Trump's inauguration. And as Joe Biden, we already talked about, like, despite some tensions or maybe the early problems, that he will also attend, and dismissing the controversy around his presence as childish games. So yeah, I think this was something that I wanted to highlight. And also, if we already talked about reasons why they are attending or what could be expect in the upcoming year, so there's lots of difference of opinions and lots of information that we shared in today's session. And yeah, I think with that we already covered a lot. And anything, Napasa, that you would like to share with us?
I mean, yes, just this bit that when these former U.S. presidents are attending this, it's just a symbolism, of continuity and democratic tradition, which is really really good, and they are setting examples to many nations out there. So yes, acceptance is one, and still, no matter which president, the current, the previous, the formers, all of them, they only wished and they worked for the betterment of the country. So I think they still share the same kind of thoughts, and the same progress is what they have always had in mind. Of course, some are way too loud, some are not too loud with their comments and statements. But yes, I think they share, the same kind of an aim, the mission, the vision, kind of. So, yes.
Right. And I think that's a very good thing. And with that, very well said, Vipasa, at last. And I think we have already covered a lot and we have talked a lot in today's session. And I don't think there's anything else that we would like to add on, but we also talked some comments also. I mean, took some comments of Sujal and Madhuri. So it was a great one. And friends, if you want to join us now, also we are free to have you, and it will be so great to talk to you. But
Hmm.
with that, I think absolutely, the leaders, those who are coming to meet Trump, because there can be another thing that they want to make sure that their countries or businesses, stay as important as Trump is giving value to his nation. And they also see the US as a very important role in global affairs. And that's
Hmm.
very obvious. And by being, part of Trump's inauguration, I think they will show that they want to work closely with Trump, and they will have a good relationship with Trump also. And whether it's for, shared values or stronger economic value or securing any place in the world, their presence highlights that how much influence the US has and how important, it is to engage with Trump's directly. So this shows a very important role of each leader, those who are attending Trump's inauguration. And
Yes.
I think, yeah, with that, we have covered a lot. And I think let's wrap up. What do you say, Napasa?
Yes, sure thing, Sam. And I think all we can do is look forward for this big day, big inauguration that's coming up. And yes, there's so much we've been hearing. Now all we have to do is watch, see it all happen. And I think the good things are ahead. So we should just look forward. And the next 4 years are definitely going to shape the US domestically, internationally. And yes, all these amazing world leaders are going to be attending. So it's going to influence, US's foreign policy very, very well with each of these countries who are attending and who are also not attending. I'm sure Trump has huge plans ahead, so we'll just have to wait and watch. And of course, if you also talk about the impact on global alliances and even power dynamics, so these are things which are there in the picture apart from tech and the advancements of tech. And yeah, I think we should wrap up for sure. We spoke a lot, and I do hope that you resonated, friends. And better even if you have anything to share about, Trump's inauguration, who's in, who's out, and why maybe, and anything, even views on what is probably going to happen, or do you think it's all real? what is going to happen after the inauguration. You can share all your views and tell us where you're from, which state you're from in America. We would love to know you. And join us. Yes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also comment whatever views you have. Don't forget to also, hit the bell icon so that whenever we have discussions like these, you can join us by commenting, whichever platform you're watching, or even join us on call. But yes, we do have a lot of awesome webinars, every day, almost every day, very regularly with different attorneys. Just like today, we had two. One was with attorney Prashanthi Reddy from the law offices of Prashanthi Reddy, and another was with attorney Justin Rivera from Wasden Immigration Litigation. Great views they have shared on different topics, which you would not want to miss out on. So go check out our channel, and we're very proud of the content we share. So, yes, apart from the news and all these updates, and even this discussion we have Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That is Daily Immigration Dose here on Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. Please join us tomorrow. We're going to have another interesting topic to talk about. So until then, of course, you all out there have a wonderful day ahead. And yes, me and Sam are saying bye for now. Signing off. Bye bye.
Bye bye.